Hello students, as I did in my part 1 of equation of line, I had told you there that I'll be solving 2020 question. So this is one question which is from section formula, and you will see midpoint formula is a special case of section formula. So section formula, see what is the concept. So here the concept is you are given 2 points, children. So you have to find a point. Okay, or with the help of this point we can find the coordinate, or with the help of coordinate we find a point which divides the given line in the ratio m is to n, m1 is to m2, many book they uses m1, m2. So once more, section formula means you have to find the coordinate of a point which divides a given 2 point in certain ratio. So we have to find the coordinate of x and y which divides point A x1 y1 and point B x2 y2 in the ratio m is to n. So we have to find the coordinate of this. So these 2 coordinate will be given and this 2 ratio will be given. But since this is class 10 ICSE, we will have to find sometime the ratio, sometime you have to find the one of the coordinate is given, other you have to find. So there are many questions. So I am starting with 2020. I have the question paper with me, question 3C, and this what question 3-4 question I'll do, children. They carry 4 marks. So for your exam in 2021, you can expect 1 question from section formula and midpoint formula, and 1 question from equation of line. Equation of line, you see my previous video. I've done 3 questions with the concept. 1 more video, 1 or 2 more I'll make when I get the time. So let us start with this section formula question ICSE 2020. See what is given, children. If you want to see the full question, I am not writing. The full question is, in what ratio is the point P? So here I have taken AB, point P, okay, 5, 3 and Q minus 5, 3. So this should be Q. Okay, Q, and this is P. Okay, I was following this order, AB and middle Q, but this is P, 5, 3 and Q, this is divided by y-axis. So I am showing you 2 methods, children. One of the method is we draw at random, but generally I told you in my previous video, if you see always drawing in reality, I told you, coordinate try to draw in the real graph. So see, I haven't got, you don't think so you need a graph paper. You can just plot in your copy. See, this is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 3. So this point is 5, 3. This P is 5, 3. So this I'll call it P. And this is my Q, and here this point is not given. So here I can take this point in this situation, children, as R. Let us take point R, which is on y-axis. So one very important thing here I'll teach you, children. Y-axis, see, x is positive this side, x is negative this side. If you see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So x is positive this side and x is negative this side. On this line which we call y-axis, x is 0. In fact, if you go by equation of line, equation of y-axis is x0 and x-axis is y0, because above y positive, y negative here. So equation of x-axis is y0 and y-axis is x0. So remember one thing, anywhere on this line which we called y-axis, x is 0. So this is how we do in one way, and this is my method 2, which I always prefer. You don't need a graph paper. If you ask, you may get a graph paper in ICSE exam or your school exam. So if you plot in reality, so I tell you for this question you don't need a real graph paper, you can plot like this as I have done. So here when I solve this question, children, it will be very easy for you to find this ratio. Let it be divided in the ratio m is to n. First we have to find this ratio, and then you have to also find this point of intersection. So one thing we already know, children, that here x is 0, we have to find y. So once more, you have to find the ratio in which this point in the y-axis. So it divides P and Q. So you have to find the ratio, let it be m is to n. Okay, and second thing, you have to find this point on the, also find the coordinate of point of intersection. So where, when you join these two lines, where it intersects. In fact, if you see clearly, without doing, you will see this point will be 0, 3. I'll show you, see here. So if you plot nicely, almost exact or rough idea you will get about your answer. So kindly pause the video and copy. So I'll rub this side and I'll do this sum. Then I'll do 2 or 3 more questions based on latest ICSE question on section formula. So kindly pause the video and copy. Okay, now let us solve. So same question I have written in my concept. We have to find what is the ratio when this is point Q and this is P, and we have to find R, coordinate of R, and M is to N first we have to find. So see children, for this question I'll be doing 2 or 3 more questions based on this. Once more, if it is y-axis, I told you x positive, x negative, take y-axis, x is 0, this side positive, this side negative, so x as 0. This is my main concept children. So I take in that formula what I wrote. If you have seen, that formula was mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. So here in place of x children I substitute 0. Most important thing here, you see children, x is 0 in y-axis and in x-axis y is 0. I'll show you one sum. Okay, now m we don't know. So first you write, let this point on y-axis divides the given 2 point in the ratio m is to n. So 0 x, how we get mx2? Okay, so mx2, what is my x2? See children, 5. When you are finding x, when you are putting, you have to see x, the first coordinate, mx2 plus nx1, x1 is minus 5. Generally you will see, since this is internal bisector, class 10 you will see bisecting externally. So here in class 10 you will see 1 is positive, 1 is negative. So m, once more, x2 plus n, x1 divided by m plus n. This will come here, anything into 0 is 0. So ultimately you will get children, 0 is 5m minus 5n. Okay, so I'm not going down. So you get 5n, you bring this side, 5n, you put implies sign is 5m, m by n you take down is 5 by 5. That means this ratio is 1:1. You see here, ratio is 1:1. They are equal. This is the point. So I was telling you, we got answer 0 and 3. And here this will be 1:1. So kindly draw and see. So first thing we get, m is to n is 1:1. Right, in ratio form or division form, better is ratio form. After division form. Pause the video and do, and then I will find last part. What is y over here? X we got 0. So over here, if you see, I'll solve here only, I'm not rubbing this part. So we have to find what is the coordinate of r. So for that we need y. So we need y. So y's formula, you know children, is my2. When you want y, my2 plus ny1 plus ny1 by m plus n. So y we will get here, what is m children? We have got 1:1. They are equal. So 1 into y2, see y here children, when you find y3 plus n is 1, y1 is also 3. See the y coordinate by m plus n, 1 plus 1, 2. Both are 1, generally it's 1:2, 1:3, like that you will get. So you get 6 by 2 is 3. So my final answer is this point is coordinate of r, which I have assumed is x, I told you 0, and y is 3. So once more I am recapitulating full thing. This is ICSE 2020 question. You have to find the coordinate of point which intersects point P and Q. So let this coordinate, since it's bisected by the y-axis, x is 0, let this point be R and the coordinate is 0, y. With the help of 0, children, the x coordinate over here, we get the ratio. We get the ratio m:n. I have solved here. Okay, this is very important for this year's exam. You may have one question like this from section formula. So I'll try to do one or two more question here. And you see other question, and if possible I'll make one or two more videos on midpoint and section formula. So with the help of 0, we get the ratio, and with the help of ratio and this y unknown, we get this y over here. So coordinate of that point is 0, 3, and this is the real picture. Kindly pause the video. Then I go to some other 4-mark questions based on section formula. So kindly pause the video, then we move on to 2014 question we will see. So children, a very similar question we take 2014. You have given a point x3 which divides the given 2 points. So first we have to find what is the ratio. So let this be ratio m:n. Okay, generally people take, if you see this question, k:1. Some teachers and some book they use let it be k:1, but I tell you this is the working is longer over here. Okay, so generally I do m:n. So see the same thing, what we have got here children, y. Take y as 3. We know the formula. So first we will get the ratio. Actually ratio they have not asked. They have said what is the x coordinate of this point P where A and B is given, and what is the distance. This is now in class 9. So this you try to solve on your own. So first two I'll just show you how you will get ratio. So we know y is my2 plus, see it crisscross like that, it goes like valency in chemistry, and y1, but remember children, take y. When I'm talking about y, second take y, and when I talk about x, take the first coordinate. So ny1 by m plus n. So see y we have 3 over here, m we have to find children, y2 is 6, n because we have ratio taken n, and y1 is 2 divided by m plus n. So generally I told you it gets negative, and this is 0 over here children, when you remember. This is not 0 here, this is not x-axis or y-axis. So this 2 can be positive in this situation. So you cross multiply 3m, and one step I am skipping, 6m plus 2n, a bigger one. You take the smaller one towards the bigger one, so you put implies sign. Okay, minus 3m, and here 3n minus 2n, we get n is equal to 3m. Okay, so if you do n is equal to 3m, m take n this side, so here there will be 1. m by n is 1 by 3. So this is the ratio I got. 1 is to 3. Okay, if you see 3 comes here. So this is 1 and 3 first thing. So you have to solve for x. Same thing children, x. So what we did over here, we took one of the coordinate what we knew, and with the help of one coordinate and this 2 coordinate, we get the ratio. From the ratio we can find the other unknown coordinate x or y. So here I have to find x. So you know mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. So you please practice, your speed will increase. So x we have to find children. m we got 1 into take x children, 3 plus n is 3, crisscross go to the x minus 4 by m plus n is 1 plus 3, this plus this by formula. So x is minus 12 plus 3, 9 by 4. So I think minus 9 by 4 you get as x coordinate. Okay, so x is minus 9 by 4, and once you have children, minus 9 by 4, 3, you have to find AP. Use distance formula and find this distance, which you have learnt in class 9. So before I finish it off, I'll take one more question which will be based on first one I showed you. It's divided by y-axis. I'll show you one question where it will be dividing in the x-axis. So kindly pause the video and copy nicely. Then I go to the final question, which is 2008. So let us see the last question of today's session. Here I am going to solve 2008. So 2 point A and B is given. You have to first find distance between A and B, which is in class 9. Very fast I'll do, because you may have a question on distance formula. Previously it was in class 10. So last couple of years back it has gone to class 9, maybe 3-4 years back. And second thing, we have to find, children, this ratio. So let it be m is to n. So we have to find the ratio where this line, this 2 point is divided by the x-axis. Remember, x-axis y is 0. Actually it will pass through origin, I think, if you do. So anything in the x-axis, when it passes, children, x is there but y is 0, remember. Okay, if any line passes, intersects the x-axis, y is 0. Okay, here if you take y is positive, if you take any point, and y is negative. So x-axis, y is 0. So with this we will solve. So let us find distance AB. So AB, you know, distance is root over x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So here we get 12 square. Generally they are square of a number, if you see. So here we'll get 144 plus 81. So root 225 is 15 unit. Okay, units we have, whatever scale, if you use centimeter or meter. So first thing is distance between these 2 points. So which we have done in class 9, just I showed you. Other question I told you to do on your own. Next thing is you have to find the ratio where these 2 points are divided by the x-axis. So remember, x-axis, you can write x-axis, most important thing, y is 0. So with this idea we will find, and I told you one method, k is to 1, that most of the time I have seen. So pause the video and copy. Working is a little bigger. So the last part of this video we are going to solve for the ratio where this 2 point is divided by the x-axis. Okay, x-axis, y is 0. So let us take 0. So we know y here is my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. So y is 0 over here. You saw my first question where we took, I think, x as 0. So y as 0, you take m y2, concentrate on y2, children, minus 6 plus n into y1. y1 is 3. I said 1 positive, 1 negative you will get. M plus n, this into anything into 0 is 0. 6m you bring to left side, 3n. And m by n, this comes here, this goes down. 3 by 6, not 6 by 3. Sometimes children do the opposite. N comes here, 6 goes down. So answer is, ratio is half. So better you write m is to n. Write like ratio 1 is to 2. So this is what you will get generally. So practice, and some more question I will try to solve in my next video on section and midpoint formula. Once more, 2 points are given, how it is divided by your x-axis. So I think coincidentally, if you find, I think this x will be 0 if you try to find out. I think this will pass through origin if you check. So x-axis y is 0, remember, y-axis x is 0. We substitute y's value 0. These two end we knew, so we get m and n. And with the help of m and n, if you want to find what is x, you can get. So just to verify, so sometime in reality you draw like this, real picture, or we do like this. Okay, in x-axis y is 0. So they are not asking it, children. Suppose they ask you what is the point of intersection. So x is, you know, m. So we have got 1:2, 1, and this is 2. So m x2 plus n x1. So see here you get 0. 8 minus 8 is 0. 0 by anything is m plus n. 1 plus 2 is 3 is 0. So I think coordinate of this point will be 0, 0. So you can check that, but this was not asked in the question. So kindly children, practice questions on section formula and equation of line, and more videos I will make on this topic in coming days before your ICSE. Thank you children for watching this video lesson.